Good morning, guys. So it's currently Monday, on June 22, 6 a.m. Currently on the charts, we are looking at CHFJPY. We did drop the analysis video for the week yesterday. As this is loading up, currently CHFJPY is what I'm looking at. We had a nice shift of structure. As you can see, we were making higher highs and higher lows, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we closed underneath. So we are looking for just this retest like we have right now. So just to reiterate again, we were making highs and lows. So we have a higher low and we have our higher high. So since we broke above this high, right? So this becomes our new higher high, and this becomes then the higher low. And we broke above, so this is the higher high. This is the higher low. So in order for the market to continue being bullish or bearish, it either has to go above this line to become bullish, or it has to go below to be bearish. So as we can see, we did have a closure above, so this became the new higher high, and then this became the new highest low. So as we can see, we broke underneath, so now we were bullish. Now we were bearish because we broke underneath the higher low. So we are looking for sells. As we can see, this is right in our area of interest. As we drop down to the daily, we are just retesting that zone. We are bearish as well. You can see we're making we had a nice left head, right shoulder retest underneath the area of interest, continuation to the downside, and then we had our nice higher low to have our lower low. So we are just waiting on that pullback, like I said. Currently on the 4-hour, we did have that pullback, which we do look for. So we had that pullback, broke underneath, pullback, and we're having a nice 4-hour rejection right now. So potentially I might enter this position. We do have a nice 1-hour engulfing on the 1-hour. But yeah, put our stop loss above. I do want to see a little bit more structure. Potentially, if we have left head, right shoulder pullback, then I would enter. But other than that, it's pretty simple. So I'll just put an alarm right here to show if price, crosses that area, and then we are going to look for just a retest of this left head, right shoulder. As I said, we have a nice left head. If we close underneath, pull back, shift of structure engulfing, then we're going to enter that trade. We do have GBP CHF. It's looking nice. We're just looking for that break and retest on the area of interest. CAD JPY, we're just looking for another deeper pullback as well to the area of interest, somewhat similar to CHF JPY. Euro NZD, we are just waiting on that pullback. NZD USD, we're waiting on the pullback. GBP USD, we are starting to come back to the area of interest, just tapping the zone, shift of structure, entry. Euro USD, we're waiting on a pullback. AUD NZD is somewhat gone, but there might be potential entry here as well. Euro CAD, let's see, we're waiting on just a push above the area of interest and retest. AUD CHF, same thing. AUD JPY, let's see, same thing actually as CHF JPY and CAD JPY. If we have a rejection from the daily like we did on Friday, then potentially there might be an entry, but we're just looking for it to go more deeper into this area of interest. So we'll set an alarm for that. And then Euro GBP was just a complete, excuse me, just a tighter pullback. Sorry, it was just a tighter pullback than we were looking for, so maybe we can find an entry around this area. But yeah, other than that, like I said, CHF JPY, we're just looking for that closure underneath the area of interest on the 1 hour and then shift of structure. and I'll see y'all soon. What's going on, guys? So currently it's 5:30 a.m. As we can see, CHFJPY, bro, is looking nice, man. We ended up calling it yesterday. We waited for this break and then retest because we had a nice left head, right shoulder, entered on that right shoulder, and then if we jump down to the 30-minute, we can see we had a nice bearish engulfing candlestick underneath our area of interest, where we took that entry. So let's see, AUDCHF is now right above our area of interest, so potential entry tonight. As we can see, we had that daily pullback, so hopefully during London session tonight we have that entry. Same thing with GBP-CHF. CAD-JPY is somewhat gone. Then we have Euro-NZD. We're still waiting on that 4-hour pullback to this area of interest. NZD-USD, the whole move was gone. It never really pulled back to our area of interest this week. Let's see, GBP-USD. We're now starting to get back to the area of interest. Maybe just another pullback and then shift of structure to continue going to the downside. Euro-USD, never had that pullback. AUD-NZD, looks like it will be bearish now. As we can see, we had that break underneath closure, so if we have a pullback, maybe we can take for sells, but now I see this more of a counter trend trade. Let's see, EuroCAD. We're just going to wait for that continuation push to the upside, pullback, engulfing, continuation. AUD-JPY we missed. There was a nice engulfing, but this was on Monday at 5 o'clock. So we ended up missing this. We could have had another entry right here. Could have been another 1 to 3 RR, but that's okay. We were in CAD-JPY now, so it's not that big of a deal. Euro-GBP, still terrible. We're maybe having that deeper pullback now, maybe a double bottom. Then we're going to see that push to the upside. But yeah, as I said, CAD-JPY right now, we're in. Not bad so far. Full TP is just a 1 to 3. Not usually, but what I get. But have to be somewhat take into account the volatility of the JPY pairs. So stop loss is set above this high, or I'm sorry, this high right here, and then AUD-CHF, like I mentioned, potentially we're going to have that entry tonight. We did have that 4-hour pullback, and then we're just waiting on that shift of structure on the lower time frame, and then engulfing for entry, maybe on the 1 hour. So potentially during New York or London session, then we will see that too. Alrighty, well, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace. Alright, what's going on, guys? It's currently 5:22 a.m. Wednesday, June 24. So we're still holding CHFJPY. We're having a nice 4-hour continuation. The daily time frame is looking nice, as we can see. We're roughly about, let's see, about 30, I'm sorry, we're about 50 pips from TP, so hopefully maybe today during New York session or tonight during London session we'll have that continuation to the downside. Next we have AUD-CHF. Looks like it's just a very big bearish move. We were looking for this break and retest, but this is a key area of interest, so every single time we're above we buy, and every single time we're below we're selling. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, we can count this, 5, 6, 7, 8 touches, 9 touches now at this area of interest. So I do have this black line set right here on the 4-hour, I'm sorry, for the daily, and if we close underneath this black line, I'm going to be looking for then just a retest at this area of interest, and then we'll have a nice left, head, right shoulder, and then look for sells to the downside. Then we have GBP CHF. Still looking for buys. Currently we're waiting on this break where I have this alarm to sweep this higher high to confirm we're still bearish. I'm sorry, to confirm that we're still bullish, and then just retest entry on the next lower high. Then we have Euro NZD. We missed Euro NZD. It's unfortunate, but price just never came back to our area of interest and touched our alarm. Then we have GBP USD. Same thing. We had a quick little tap into our zone down here, but there was just never an entry that I like to, enter this position. We also then have Euro USD, same thing, never came back to our area of interest. AUD, NZD. I believe, if I remember, we were looking for buys, and then we were just looking for a break and retest of this zone. And we're just looking. Now we had a left head, right shoulder retest, so maybe a continuation for sells to the downside on AUD, NZD. Euro CAD, same thing. We're looking for a break and retest, but we're at a key area of interest, so every single time we're in this area, we're selling. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. So potentially we have sells for here. We just have a pullback. It's this area of interest continuation, or we break underneath and continue selling. Then we had AUD JPY. I did not enter this position. It would have been nice, but I was already in CHF JPY. We could have entered in on this 30-minute engulfing potentially here after this long wick retracement, or we could have entered on this next bearish candlestick. If we were to enter here, stops above, and then this potentially would have been like a 1 to 6, I'm sorry, 1 to 12 risk to reward. Sorry, 1 to 10 risk to reward, but I'm still working on not having too much of a tight stop loss, so probably would have been 1 to 6, but this was a nice trade as well. Same, we got Euro GBP. This was a nice idea to look for buys, but ultimately they were just wanting to have a deeper pullback than we thought, so potentially we'll have left head, right shoulder, potentially in the upcoming days. So, and then we have CAD JPY, same thing, never came back to our area of interest to retest the area of interest. And then NZD USD, same thing, never came back to our zone for a retest entry. But yeah, still holding CHF JPY. Yeah, so far it's good. And yeah, if you guys are liking these kind of updates, just let me know in the comments section down below, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. What's going on, guys? So currently it is 6:27 a.m. Thursday, June 25. We have closed our position on CHF JPY right at our area of interest. As a reminder, this is somewhat of a key area of interest because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, and so every single time we're below, we're selling, and every single time we're above, price wants to go back up. And a key area of interest is 3 touches, which this is. So if we drop down to the 1 hour, we can see that price had that reaction that we are anticipating it to have at this key area of interest. So this was a 1 to 3. Potentially we have some other setups, potentially AUD CHF for sells, GBP CHF for buys. I'm still waiting to have this closure above this 4-hour high and then pull back to get that entry. Euro NZD never came back to our area of interest. GBP USD never really came back and had a nice clean entry at the area of interest. Euro USD, same thing, never came back to the area of interest. AUD NZD, never had a clean entry for me that I saw. But there was a possibility of entering, just never saw it. Euro CAD never came back to the area of interest, and then it rejected from this zone. AUD JPY never got a pullback, even though we could have entered, but we were already in. CHF JPY, we could have entered right here because this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, closure underneath, retest, and then we had that engulfing morning star right here. So could have had this entry as well, but we were already in CHF JPY. Euro GBP, still didn't retest like how we wanted to, actually closed underneath, so technically we're looking for sells. CAD JPY never came back to the area of interest and hit the alarm, and same thing with NZD USD. But yeah, so potentially we have a few other pairs to trade tonight into tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be holding anything over the weekend, but we'll just have to wait and see. All right. What's going on, guys? So it's currently June 26th, Friday, 6:13 a.m. So as we can see on the charts right now, we got CHF JPY. We did end up closing the position yesterday, and then we had a full reversal because this is a key area of interest, as we mentioned in yesterday, last segment. In AUD CHF, we never had that pullback that we wanted underneath the area of interest, so we had that break, and it just never got to this area of interest for that entry. That black line right here was just to show if we were to close underneath on the daily, potentially we could have had an entry, maybe on the 4-hour pullback, which we would have got, and then an entry on the 1 hour. So we could have entered here at around 1 o'clock or any of these other engulfings, but this probably would have been the cleanest one. Morning star at 2 a.m. on Wednesday, June 24. GBP CHF, we're probably going to look for entry then next week on this because we were waiting for a break above the area of interest, right, and then just a pullback. But it seems like we're doing that inside of the area of interest, so potentially there'll be an entry next week. So if we go see, we have the alarm set, I believe. Yep, we have the alarm set. Euro NZD never just came and touched, the area of interest, so no entry on that. Same thing with GBP USD. Didn't have that retest under the area of interest. Euro USD is currently in the area of interest, but this might be a counter trend trade. We could potentially look for buys back to this area of interest because it seems like it will be bullish next week. AUD NZD never had that entry, but if it closes underneath here, and we'll be for sure looking for a retest to continue going to the downside. Euro CAD, same thing, we're just looking for now a retest underneath the area of interest. AUD JPY, we never had that clean entry we would have wanted. We had that rejection from this area of interest here for a self position, so maybe next week we'll have a break, retest, continuation to the downside. Euro GBP, never retested the area of interest like we wanted. CAD JPY never retested the area of interest at all. No alarm was off. And same thing with NZD USD. Potentially next week we will have that push and then shift the structure, continuation to the downside. Let's see, on the weekly, it is going to be at a weekly area of interest. So if we do a retest here, sorry about that, guys. My computer's having some technical difficulties, but as I was saying, so we're looking for that pullback into the area of interest, right? Shift the structure on the lower time frame and a continuation to the downside. So we have our alarm set. I think we would have this pullback at the area of interest, because we are starting to consolidate at this zone. So if we were to have that pullback, it would make sense to have that shift to structure here and continuation to the downside. But yeah, if you guys like this style of video for this week, please let me know in the comment section down below. If there's anything you guys enjoy or dislike, also let me know, because I want to make sure you guys are enjoying the content that I'm providing for you guys. But yeah, there's a couple nice entries probably for next week, and then I'll drop my analysis video probably Sunday, probably later in the day, probably while the market's open, but it's okay. I got some stuff coming for you guys, so I'm excited, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.